Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome back to the Form 2 UT practice. This is practice 9, and here you will be seeing a triangle with a right angle, and then they have different sides and you have to find the hypotenuse line. Now they already told you it's a right angle triangle, so please draw the right angle on your own. I forgot to add it for you. Sometimes the teachers also forget it, right? Now if this is a right angle triangle, do you know what does each side is called? Yes, the two sides next to the right angle is called the legs of this triangle, and the line opposite the right angle is called hypotenuse line. Hypotenuse line is the longest line, and since this is a right angle triangle, what can we use? You learned it recently. Yes, the Pythagoras theorem. Now Pythagoras theorem means the legs sum of the leg square equals to the hypotenuse square. What does that mean, miss? So a square plus b square equals to c square. C means the hypotenuse line. A and b means the two legs. So our a and b's are 3 and 4. So a square plus b square equals to the c square. Now c is AC. AC means the line called AC. From A to the C, so that's called AC line, and then you have to square it as well. And the reason is, please write the reason, Pythagoras theorem. Alright, now since these are all numbers, can you click calculator? How do we click calculator for this one, right? So you will be having 3, here is the square button, 3 square plus 4 square, and you get the answer as 25. So that's it, 25 here. The other side no change, so it's still there, but I just need AC. I don't need AC square. How can I remove this square? If you want to remove a square, you give a positive and negative square root to both of them. Okay, so here it will just be AC. Give it to the other side, then this side can be disappeared. So how do I click this in calculator? Then there is two different answers. I will be having AC as positive square root 25 or negative square root 25. Two different answers, right? How do I do this? You can click calculator first. How do I click it? You have AC first, positive square root here, 25. Execute, you get the answer 5. How about the negative one? You can also click it now. So it's AC first, negative square root 25. You can have a negative 5 answer. So just because of the positive and negative, so it's 5 or negative 5. What is an AC? AC here is a straight line. Can a straight line be negative number? No, all the lines has to be positive. So that's why this is rejected. And we will know that AC is actually equals to 5 only. That is your answer. If you are quick enough, then of course you can write this whole thing without any extra steps. But then I will usually suggest you writing the steps actually. I mean, it's all up to you, of course, whether you want to write steps or not. Okay, so let's try next one. This is a right angle triangle, and you have to find the DF. DF is the hypotenuse line here. So hypotenuse line is on separate and the legs are together. So legs, here is the 90 degree. So A square plus B square equals to DF square. And the reason is Pythagoras theorem. Can you click in calculator? 5 square plus 12 square, you can get 5 square plus 12 square, you can get 169. So I have 169 here equals to DF square. And if I don't need that square thingy, you will have to square root it, positive and negative. So DF will equals to square root the answer, positive 13 or negative 13. Can it be a negative line? No. So you put a rejected here. So DF is only 13. Sometimes the question may need you to write both of the answers because the square root of 169 includes these two. But Since this is a line, you can't have a negative number. Okay, now let's try next one. You are again given a right angle triangle. You have to find the hypotenuse line. Hypotenuse line is separate and the other two are legs, so leg squares. 6 square plus 8 square equals to df square. And the reason is Pythagoras theorem. So 6 square plus 8 square, can you click that in calculator first? 6 square plus 8 square, you can get 100. So 100 there, df square. If you don't need the square, you can give a square root, which will be square root 100. You can get calculator, square root, the answer 10. So you have df as 10 or negative 10. Can you have for negative answer? No. So that's why your df is only 10. And that's for this one. Cool. How about next style? Next one, we have the hypotenuse line already given. Okay, we have one of the leg given and we have to find the another one. How do I do this? And we also know this is a right angle triangle, so that means we can use the Pythagoras theorem. So again, it's a square. A is now this AB line, a square plus b square equals to c square plus b square equals to c square, and the reason is Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so now this question is a little harder. So what we do now is, this is the unknowns. This is something that you have to find. These are numbers, so you put all the numbers on one side first. This is a plus 4 square, so you put that 4 square on the other side first. If I move it to the other side, it will become minus 4 square. And then now you can click that in calculator. 5 square minus 4 square, you can get it as 9. So you'll have AB square as 9. And if you don't want the square on top here, so you can give us square root, positive and negative square root. So AB equals to positive 3 or negative 3, right? But can a line be negative? No. So you reject that. So AB is only 3. If in exam the question also give you CM next to it, please also write CM in the end. Okay, after this colon, so AB equals to 3 CM. If the question gives you, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, next. It's a right angle triangle here, and there is a 90 degree. You are given a leg, you're also given a hypotenuse line. How do I find the other leg here, DE? So it is all still Pythagoras theorem because there's a right angle and it's a triangle. So a square, that means the DE, a square plus b square equals to the hypotenuse square. And the reason is Pythagoras theorem. So what we do is put all the numbers on one side first, right? So if I want to put this positive 12 squared on the other side, I will be minusing it. So this one, and this side only DE square is left. And then now can you have to click that in calculator now? 13 square minus 12 square. I will get the answer as 25. Good. So 25 there. And now if I don't want this square on top, what can I do? You can give a square root to both of them, positive and negative. So you will have your answer. You can click the answer, click the square root answer. So you have a positive 5 and a negative 5. Can you have a negative line? No, so you will be rejecting it. So the answer is only 5. You can disappear the positive sign if it's in front. This also means positive, but then it's just, you don't have to write it. Okay, so the last one for practice 9. You have to find the leg again. You're given one of the leg and also the hypotenuse line, and this is a right angle triangle with a 90 degree. So you can use Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem is a square plus b square equals to c square. So a square plus b square equals to c square, and the reason is Pythagoras theorem. And then because we have to find the unknown, this one, so we put this on one side, that's correct, but we don't need this 6 square here, so I will move this 6 square to the other side. If I move it to the other side, I have to change the sign, so it will be minus there. There is no sign here, that means it's positive. If I move it to the other side, it will be minus. And then now you can click this whole thing in calculator. 10 square minus 6 square. You can get the answer as 64. So EF square equals to 64. And if I don't need the square on top, what can I do? I can give a positive and negative square root. So EF will equals to positive 64 is positive 8. Negative 64 is negative 8. Can I have the side as a negative? No, so you will be rejecting that one. So that's why EF is only 8. Oops. EF is only 8. So that's for the practice 9 Pythagoras theorem. The next one is a little easier, practice 10. You just need to do the square roots. It is suggested to use it without a calculator. Of course, if you're smart enough, you can use it without calculator, do the question without calculator. We'll explain in next video then. So till then, see you. Tata, bye bye, Allah Hafiz.